Hello and welcome back to another episode of my turn-based tutorial series, and today we're going to make the attacks more modular so that it works with our having many party members sort of thing, so they can all have different levels and different attacks and that sort of thing. So I have already done it, unfortunately, so I'm just going to show you how to do it, and hopefully you guys don't ask me to show you step by step, so let's do that. So what you're going to want to do is go to your blueprints folder, go to your character folder, and make 3 structs. So I'll make them anyway. So we're going to make one called S player attack, which is going to be a struct. So I'm just going to call it play attack, whatever you would call it, S player attack, and then we can open it up, and we're going to have a couple of variables in here. It's not going to be a boolean, the first one. We are going to have a whole lot of attacks. Okay, so we're going to need a lot of floats, so let's just start with a float, and we'll call this player attack 1, and then I'll just copy the body of the text, and I'll make another one, and we'll paste it and call it player attack 2, and another one, and we'll do the same thing, just number 3, and another one we'll call number 4. Okay, I'm just gonna make that a bit bigger. Alright, and then we're gonna need some magic attack damage, because this is essentially gonna be our damage that we're gonna set within each player. Okay, so we're gonna need one for fire, so I'll just call that fire, and one for water, which I'll call water, and one for ice, and one for electric, and one for ground. Okay, then we're going to make another float we're going to call mana burn, and we're going to make 4 of these, so we'll just copy this and paste it in here and make that number 2, and we'll get another one. I think we actually have 5 of these, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so we'll have 5 mana burns for each mana attack that we use mana on. Okay, and then we're going to make some integers for the different APs that get used during attacking. So we're going to call this an integer, and this will be AP1, AP2, AP3, and AP4. Okay, then we're going to need some texts, so we're going to make another variable, and we're going to make it a text, and we'll call this attack 1 description, and we'll just copy that and duplicate it and paste it and change the 1 to a 2, because now we're describing number 2. Okay, and we'll do that again 2 more times. Okay, and then we need magic descriptions, so 5 more texts. magic disk 1 and just in order. I mean, you could obviously write it out as magic description, it would make more sense, but I like my abbreviations and you won't see this in game, so it works for me. So magic disk 5, and that is our struct, so we're going to save it and close it. And then essentially we need to do exactly the same thing 2 times, so we're going to duplicate this. We'll duplicate it 2 times, and I'll call this P1 attack, so SP1 attack. I wouldn't call it that, that's just for myself, and then you would duplicate it again, and you would call it P2 attack, so SP2 attack. Okay, then you're going to go into your character, and you're going to add these new variables. So like I've done here, you would just click add new variable, and then you would click on the new variable that you added, and you would make it of type S player attack. Okay, and then you would name it player damages, make it publicly editable, and then we would make another variable, and this time we would make it of SP1 attack. So you would go SP1 attack and name it P1 damages and make it publicly editable, and then you would make another variable and you'll call it P2 damages. Yeah, we'll call it P2 damages, and you'd make it of SP2 attack. Okay, so then you would compile and save, and then within your party member, the joinable character, we would also make a variable, and we'll call this P1 attack damages, and we'll make it of P1 attack, SP1 attack type, and compile, and we would make another one called P2 attack damages, and we would make it of SP2 attack struct type. Okay, and make them both publicly editable, and just let me double check not be down the wrong road here, but I'm pretty sure that's what we do. Yes, that's correct. Okay, so from here we need to go into our battle widget once again. Unfortunately, this is going to be quite a long video if I had to do this all over, but I'm going to show you on each attack what to do and how to do it, and you would call it accordingly. Okay, so let's start. You would go to your, let's do the attack buttons unclicked, and you would drag off of your player reference, so any player reference, probably the one at the beginning here, and if it is your first party member, which is you attacking obviously, then you would drag off and say get player damages, and you would split the struct bin, rather than splitting the struct bin, there's actually a better way to do this. So you would drag off and you would say break it, and only the ones you would need for this first bit you would use. So you would use the first AP used, so the amount of AP you're going to use for your first attack. It makes it a lot more modular. So we would plug it in there, and we would plug it in here. Okay, take your first attack damage for your player, and you would plug it into your damages. So where you do attack damage, if you have done a combo or if you haven't done a combo on your main attacks, and then not where you add the extra click. Okay, so that's all there is to it on the attack. So within each attack, for when your party member's turn is equal to 1, then you would bring out your player attack, break it, and plug it into the corresponding attack. So the AP used for the first attack, you would plug it into those two, and the attack used for the first attack, you would plug it into your first two attack damages applied down here. Okay. And then obviously for the second attack, you would use the second damage, and the third attack, the third damage, and the fourth attack, the fourth damage, and so on for the AP. Alright, so hopefully you understand that. If you do need me to run through it completely, I will. So yeah. Also, when you broke it, you could, after you've plugged in your AP and your damage, you can right click and you can go over here in the default area and you can click hide all unused pins. Then it'll make it a small little 2 variable type of thing, make your graph much cleaner. Anyway, when our party member turn is equal to 2 on our attack, we'll drag off our player reference and we'll say get P1 damages, and you drag off and break it, and you would do basically exactly what we did on for the first character that attacks, but for our second character now. So you would use the first attack damages and the first AP. So you would minus the AP over there and over there, and you would plug the attack damages into the damage points. Okay. I don't have my second guy doing a combo, so that's how that's working. Anyway, so that's what you would do. And then on the third one, you would obviously just drag out and you would get P2 damages, and you would drag off and break it, and you would use obviously for the first attack the first one of the AP and the attack. Hopefully this makes sense. Please try and understand it. Anyway, and then you could, as I said, you can just scroll down here and say hide unconnected pins, and it will sort of break down the menu into something much smaller and easier to handle within the graph. Okay, so that's it for the attacks. You would just reiterate on each one. Same thing for the AI selected attacks. Exactly the same thing, just whether your party member turn is equal to 1, you would use the player damages. If your party member turn is equal to 2, you would use P1 damages, and if it's equal to 3, then we use P2 damages. So for each one you would reiterate like that. And okay, so let's move on to the magic. So the same thing for magic. When the party member turn is equal to 1, we'll drag off our player reference, get the player damages, break it, and we'll use the mana burn 1 if it's the first attack. So if it's fire, then we'll use mana burn 1, and then we'll use the player magic, the fire variable that we created within our S player attack. That's going to be our fire damage, and that we're going to plug into wherever we apply damage. So over here, and over here, and over there. Okay, and the mana burn is how much mana we're going to use per attack. Well, yeah, so we're going to plug it in there and there. Alright, so I'm going to pause the video here, and I'm going to finish the video in a little while.